Hi, everybody. My name is Eric Kratt, and I'm the supervisor for the user support team here with the SSIS business section at the Department of Children, Youth, and Families. I just wanted to extend a thank you to everyone who participated in today's webinar uh, called Tools for Supervisors and Lead Staff. As you may remember, we were not able to get through the full slide deck. We had an action-packed presentation with information from Tableau to general reports, to grid functionality, to data integrity, all the way down to other resources that we were not able to get to. So I thought it would be a good idea to put together an addendum to the previously recorded webinar and go over some of the information we were not able to cover today. So as you may recall, we were able to get through a few slides related to SSIS grids. I did, however, want to point you to a few other additional resources that you can peruse on demand to help with your understanding related to this functionality. If you navigate to Partner Link and the SSIS resource page, over here under SSIS Training, if you navigate to Physical Online Training and select the link, it will bring you to a list of e-learning related material for physical working staff. However, we do have advanced searches and grids e-learning located down here at the bottom. This is an on-demand option for individuals to take at their leisure, and it will give them an overview of the advanced grid functionality. The advanced searches as well as grid functionality. Another thing I'd like to do is navigate to our SSIS training page with the Minnesota Child Welfare Training Academy. If you navigate down the list of archived webinars or coffee talks, you'll notice one that's entitled Grids and General Reports right here in the list. This is a live webinar where Marcia Riss will walk you through some of that live functionality that was missing from today's presentation. So I encourage supervisors and lead staff to take a look at this webinar at their leisure to get better knowledge and understanding related to grids and their functionality. And it does cover some of those general reports that we talked about in today's webinar as well. Some additional slides that were part of our presentation that we were also not able to get to have to do with the SSIS repository. We were going to go over this slide information if time permitted. However, the good news is that we do have a previously recorded webinar that goes into some detail related to the SSIS repository. Again, if you navigate to our SSIS Coffee Talk archive with the Minnesota Child Welfare Training Academy, you can navigate down the list and find this webinar entitled SSIS Coffee Talk AFCARS 101. It has links to slides. About after halfway through this presentation is where you're going to find SSIS repository information. So just go ahead and click the link and fast forward the webinar, or watch the whole thing to get some information related to the adoption and foster care system, also known as AFCARS. Another set of slides that I did not get to today have to do with not necessarily SSIS related resources, but resources that I believe will help gear you towards your positions at your agencies as a supervisor or lead staff. We do get a lot of questions at the help desk that are policy related. So we often refer individual mentors, coordinators, and affiliated supervisors to the following resources. As you can see on this slide, this is the searchable document library for DHS and DCYF, also known as eDocs. There is a search field here as indicated on this slide where individuals can type in keywords to pull up information related to policy. One thing that I've done in the past is just type best practice guides in the search field and then select the search feature, and it brings up a lot of best practice guides related to child welfare practice. Now, it's certainly not an exhaustive list of resources or best practice guides, so individual keywords might need to be entered in addition to the words best practice. But peruse this site to find information related to policy, including the best practices for the intake and response path guidelines, SEY related information, as well as ICWA and MIFPA related information. Another site that we often find ourselves directing individuals to is the Fiscal Reporting and Accounting page on PartnerLink. Individual mentors will be able to find handbooks, manuals, and reference materials related to time reporting, um, training materials that have been put out by the Financial Operations Division, North Star Care for Children related materials, targeted case management rates. So when individuals have to update those rates for July every year, they're going to come to this page and they're going to get those allocation rates for targeted case management. You can also get Title IV ratios as well as time study related materials. Other information that we find useful for policy staff or policy for programs is our bulletins page. DHS and DCYF bulletins are official communication to inform county and tribal staff as well as other business partners about program changes and required actions by workers and partner agencies. Bulletins that are more than 2 years old that are not reissued are considered obsolete, and bulletins that are more than 2 years old are not kept on this site. Users can navigate to the site linked on this slide to sign up for bulletin notifications. Not pictured on this slide is that email entry field where you can sign up for bulletins. Simply select the link on this slide, navigate to the bulletins page, scroll down to the bottom, and sign up for the bulletins that are pertinent to you. The help desk will often receive requests for information and guidelines for targeted case management qualifications. Oftentimes, we will refer individuals to the targeted case management page for the Minnesota Healthcare Programs Manual, and that is pictured on this slide as well as linked. You can get additional information related to adult mental health, child welfare, relocation service coordination, and VA DD/TCM related policy. We do enter the qualifications in SSIS for claiming purposes. However, this link on this page is going to bring you to more of that policy-oriented guidance. This next slide pertains to newsletter and publications outside of bulletins. Many program areas will distribute updates, newsletters, or opportunities for learning using our GovDelivery service. The first link on this page on the top left will allow you to manage your subscriptions for GovDelivery newsletters affiliated with DCYF. So simply click that link on this slide. It'll bring you to a subscriber field. Enter the email address you wish to receive those publications, and then you can manage your subscriptions by selecting the newsletters and publications that are pertinent to your role. On the bottom left, I wanted to direct everybody's attention to the publication that Heidi Morris is responsible for and putting out every 2 weeks. It's a really important newsletter, we feel, that provides up-to-date information and trending information related to the SSIS application. So you can simply click the link on the lower left-hand corner of this slide and it'll bring you directly to our SSIS Update Archive. The SSIS Update Archive is also accessible via our SSIS resource page as well as our SSIS engagement and information page through Engagement HQ. As you can see in the picture down here on the bottom right, it will bring you to the update archive. You can click to subscribe to the SSIS update directly from this archive. And then just to give a little brief example, you can go directly to the issue. And then over here on the right is a high-level overview of the contents. Now we know you're all busy out there. DEHS and DCYF are notorious for sending information out for you to read all of the time. We do feel like this is an important publication, and we strongly encourage lead workers and supervisors especially to be looking at this every couple weeks when it comes out. So thanks for doing that. This next slide goes over our new Engagement HQ pages. Uh, the SSIS section is working hard on creating meaningful spaces for folks to get up-to-date information and resources pertaining to our system. We currently have 3 Engagement HQ pages, 1 that is private and 2 that are public. The 2 that are public are listed on this slide. So rather than talk you through the slides, I'm just going to bring you directly to our SSIS engagement and information page. In previous webinars, I have talked people through the anatomy of this page. Over on the left-hand side, you're going to get what's trending, access to training resources, information that is key for contacting our SSIS help desk, as well as a link to a webinar that was created in December that goes over a lot of trending and high-flying issues that we receive at the help desk to help provide guidance on how to submit tickets related to those topics. We have our Coffee Talk archive as well as additional information. What I do want to note is the engagement opportunities are going to be found on this menu bar up here. As you can see, the dark blue text or box indicates that that's the page that we're on. However, if we do enlist like surveys or forums or idea boards, you're going to see links to those across the top part of this toolbar. That's just the way it's laid out. I can go over in a future coffee talk, but it's just here to indicate that there is another option to peruse, and it is an opportunity to engage. One thing that I did want to point out is that also we have a link to our new time entry transformation page from the information or the engagement and information site. So if you simply click on that, it's going to bring you to the time entry transformation page. And this is a step in the direction of modernization. We're really looking at improving the capability for workers out in the field, as well as at their workstations, to enter the time related to visits. And a lot of the updated information related to this effort is going to be listed on this page, as well as engagement opportunities with individuals to get feedback that we need so that we know that we're going to be moving in the right direction with this modernization effort. You can also subscribe to updates related to the time entry transformation product by clicking on this link and enrolling. Hopefully by now you're all familiar with the Coffee Talk archive. Again, this can be accessed via the SSIS resource page, as well as at the bottom of that left-hand side of the Engagement HQ page. It's going to bring you to our site with the Minnesota Child Welfare Training Academy. There is a direct link on this slide that will bring you to the page. It's going to list all of the coffee talks that we've done within the last 3 to 4 years. And we encourage workers to peruse this site to get additional information or for training purposes, really. One thing that I want to point out is we are trying to enhance the way individuals are engaging with this page. We realize that time is precious. So what we're doing is we are going through each one of our coffee talks one by one and attaching the agenda discussion topics and timestamps. Say you remember hearing something in a particular coffee talk, but you don't exactly remember where that information was. Well, rather than trying to watch the whole webinar and fast forwarding through it until you get to the key piece of information that you're looking for, you can simply select these agenda discussion topics with timestamps, and it'll bring you to information related to what's covered in each one of these webinars. And it can bring you to the exact spot in that recording where that information begins. We're also giving you a couple of bullet points with additional information just to help guide you in the right direction. And last but certainly not least is the SSIS resource page itself. Again, we're working to enhance your experience with your ability to find resources using Engagement HQ, but this is the landing page for a lot of information for SSIS workers. So you'll continue to find information here for the time being. On the right-hand side are training opportunities, both on demand and information on how you can sign up via TrainLink. On the left-hand side, we have mentor program information, that SSIS update archive, a link to our engagement in HQ site, as well as some release related information and data definitions over here on the left-hand side. And again, we want to thank all of our supervisors and lead workers, as well as our mentors and coordinators out at the agency, working hard to ensure that their staff have the latest and greatest knowledge in order to do their jobs within SSIS. We know it's a challenge. We appreciate all of the work that you do. Take care, and until next time, thank you so much.